What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I'm bringing you guys some of that Gears of War 3 gameplay. We're talking about Gears 4 today. If you guys have not seen some of my previous videos or are new to the loop, I have been doing a weekly, at this point, every Thursday, Gears of War 4 speculative type video. This Gears 3 gameplay is very old. It's from the Amazing MLG channel. Most of you guys have probably not seen it. So I no longer play Gears because I don't have my Xbox 360. So I get a lot of questions about that. This is old gameplay. Now today, it's an interesting topic in that it's a little different because I'm talking about the previous Gears games, and then I'm kind of applying it to what we're likely going to see in Gears of War 4 from a I see different, what's going to be different about the game. And I don't necessarily know anything that you guys don't know. I mean, the biggest, I think, difference that we're probably going to see in Gears of War 4 is going to be who the characters are, since it's quote-unquote not a reboot. But over the course of Gears of War, other than the original game, and this is something I stated back in Gears Judgment, or Gears of War 3, I think I said the same thing towards the end of that game. But each subsequent game added a drastically different portion or mechanic to the game that really altered people's perspective from the original game. I think it was Fierce Play that mentioned this, and I thought, hey, that's actually a pretty good topic to talk about. And that, we got this original Gears of War experience, and then Gears of War 2 introduced a slower game speed, which is part of the reason for those of you guys that know, I really don't like Gears of War 2. It had a ton of bugs, but that's not really a game mechanic that we should talk about. But the other one was smokes. If you guys remember at the beginning of the game, smokes actually made you basically ragdoll. We call ragdoll smokes, and your body would go flailing all around. People could do all types of glitches with it. Made the game very, very inconsistent from the beginning of the time that we were playing up until they changed it. And then Gears of War 3 introduced new weapons, but it also increased the effects of stopping power and the rifle damage. So, each game, I think, kind of turned people off or made people fans of those specific games, while kind of losing its original identity from the game that started off, getting things going. And so each game had like this polarizing effect on the community, and it kind of fragmented the community in a negative way. Whereas you look at a game like Call of Duty, other than Advanced Warfare, it's been a very consistent experience despite 3 different studios making the game. For the most part, there's nothing drastic that's been introduced to the game to change up, I think, the feedback loop that kind of, or the gameplay loop that kind of occurs for, a player that played Call of Duty Modern Warfare to, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3 or Ghosts. Other than people just not liking those games, for the most part, you could play Modern Warfare and get a very similar experience in Ghosts. So that's an interesting, kind of thing to talk about, in that, Gears of War 4 is going to introduce something, we don't know what it is, that is probably going to turn off people that played the original game, or people that played Gears of War 2, or people that played Gears 3, or people that played Judgment. And it's inevitable. And for us as a community, I think it's interesting to kind of think about, I guess, your expectations of what the game is, what it's going to be, and the history or pattern that we've seen with Gears games. And obviously Epic is not making this. It's now being produced and developed by Blacktop Studio, which is Microsoft owned studio. So it's a new studio, and they're definitely going to change some things up, and we don't know what they are, right? It's only speculative. And so regardless of them saying things like, it's going to be, we're going to go back to its darker roots, there's things that I think Rod Ferguson said, they have to continue to try to, innovate, and that's going to make people upset, right? And so that's part of the expectations I kind of have going forward, is that we have this fragmented community across 4 different games of old, and we're getting a 5th game that's going to be on 1 new console, 2 being developed by a new studio, and 3 based on history is probably going to have something drastically different. So I'm kind of interested to see people's, I guess, expectations, regardless of if you've been on the community forums. Hey, this is the best one. Hey, this is the best one. I'm sure they're looking at some of that feedback like, yeah, we agree, yeah, we disagree. Still, there's going to be something that turns people off, and it could be the characters, right? If this is not a reboot, it could be the story that they present is not as compelling as Gears 1 or the trilogy, I should say. So I'm kind of interested to see what you guys have to say about that, what you think about it. Again, it's more of a kind of a thought-provoking thing for you guys. Kind of think about, okay, the history of the game, the drastic changes made each one, the polarizing effect on the community, and I would say the fragmented perception that each player probably has on which Gears game is the best, which one they got involved with, which movement system is better. All those things I think are great factors to consider, and how I guess diversified opinions are about the game. So hope you guys enjoyed today's commentary. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, and please be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Lots of content here, especially shooters. And until the next time, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. So you missed my previous Gears video, huh? Well, luckily for you, it's right there. Just click right there. Come on. What are you waiting on? Just click. Click it. It's right there for you. Come on. This is unnecessary.